John, you've been following it for several hours now, since it's made its landfall at 4 a.m. And tell us how this storm has changed.
Well, our team of over 100 expert meteorologists have been watching the storms move, of course, for many days, every move of the storm, and we're honing in on the impacts here this morning across the Houston metro area. Of course, home to this is the fourth largest city in the country, so this is a major impact that's going on across the Houston area. A couple things that we're noticing. One, this is the center of circulation. This is what's left over of the eye wall, and this storm was intensifying as it made landfall, which AccuWeather experts had been highlighting for days ahead of other sources, because when that occurs, you get the stronger winds much further inland than other situations. That's why we're going to have the core of that wind wind gusts of 60 to 80 miles per hour coming right up over the Houston metro area over the next hour or so. So as bad as it's been in Houston, the impacts of the rain and wind impacts are going to continue to amplify. There can then be a bit of a lull as the center of the storm crosses very close to the western part of the Houston metro. And the backside of this, take a look at this down by Bay City. I was just talking with our lead hurricane expert, Alex De Silva. We're still seeing 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts in this band. So this is all to say we've got a lot of time left to go for very serious life-threatening impacts from wind and also major flooding across the Houston.
And you are getting a sense, too, on the wider view of this storm that there's a little bit more feeding into this, John.
Yeah, that's the other thing our team has noticed this morning is look at this band. This is what we call a feeder band of tropical rain that's wrapping around the storm. And this is the band right in here, just east of the Houston metro area, that we are concerned about as it rotates around through the northern suburbs of Houston out toward the Woodlands and that area over the next hour or two. This is going to produce not only very intense rainfall, but we see lots of areas where there's a lot of spin on that line. So there can be an increased tornado threat. Of course, that's what we've been talking about here at AccuWeather for days.
And that tornado threat, just one of the many risks that this storm does impose upon eastern Texas. And we obviously have a little bit more to be concerned about beyond tornado threat.
That's right. The wind threat is also going to be a major factor. The storm is only slowly, as you mentioned, losing wind intensity. So those, especially the gusts, and they can be hurricane force wind gusts here moving through the northern part of the Houston suburbs and northward here through the afternoon hours as the storm continues to gradually lose wind intensity, but still a major power outage risk here on the northern suburbs of Houston with those wind gusts of 60 to 80 miles per hour and even 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts all the way up into northwestern parts of Arkansas here, not to mention the rainfall. Look at how much of an area, some 1,600 miles away from where Beryl made landfall. We're talking about the risk for several inches of rain and flooding concerns up into the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and even Northeast later this week. So don't let your guard down on this storm. Lots of risks to come here over the coming days. Great time to download the AccuWeather app and make sure you've turned on push notifications so you can get all those weather warnings when they're issued right for your community.